I'm Dr. John Luciano, and I've been asked to say a few words about Morning Star School and a wonderful teacher by the name of Karen Barr. I've told people before, my wife and I are both career educators with over 60 years of experience at this point, and she and I know good teaching when we see it, and that is exactly what we saw in Karen Barr. Karen has the unique ability to know how to develop the skills in a child for them to believe in themselves. She gets that you cannot immediately rescue a child as soon as they struggle academically. The gift of working with special needs children is to build their confidence, give them the individual skills so that they learn perseverance. And the whole adage of not giving them the fish but teaching them to fish is exactly what Karen does, what she did for my child, and what I saw her do for many, many other children. I've spent nearly 3 decades now working in the field of education. It's near and dear to my heart. And when I realized that my own child was going to need to be taught in a special setting by teachers with special training, I felt very, very blessed that Morning Star School was available to us here in Jacksonville, to be able to combine not only teachers with special skills and special patience and special understanding for children who learn differently, but to also have that in a Catholic school setting where the gospel of Jesus Christ was going to be emphasized throughout the day. Well, that was just the best of both worlds for my wife and I, and as it turned out, a great, great blessing in our son's life. Our son started at Morning Star when he was just in the 3rd grade, and he stayed through the 8th grade, graduated at the top of his class, and went on to attend a small private school, high school, and he's now beginning his 2nd year in college. And I often think back to the very first day I spoke with the principal at Morning Star, when my child was still a 2nd grader. And after looking over his education evaluation data, she immediately turned to my wife and I and said, well, there's no reason in the world why this student shouldn't graduate from college. And I remember thinking to myself, here this boy is in the 2nd grade, and the administrator at this school believes that much in him just by looking at his capabilities on an educational evaluation. That's what you get at Morning Star School, is people who are going to believe in your child even more than you. Yeah, that was powerful. Terry Eshelman at the time said, she looked it over, above average IQ, just a minor process deficit. Yeah. She has no reason in the world why this young man shouldn't attend college. Wow. And Jody and I were like, we're just looking to get the kid into 3rd grade. That's right. And she already had us believing he's going to learn. Mm-hmm. One of the other strengths of Morning Star School is they're not married to any one method. They're going to find a way for every child to learn. If it's the Wilson Reading Program or Lindemood Bell or Hooked on Phonics or the Lambert program, they're going to keep trying until your child is successful. I can remember many, many days Mrs. Barr staying after school tutoring my son along with a handful of others, and I would look in the window at them and see the tremendous patience that she had and her ability to convince the child that they could do it and that it was okay to struggle. And that was just a wonderful blessing for me to see a true professional who was cut out to work with special needs children, learning challenged children. She just got it. She understood what her role was and how to best help those children. And not only my own son. I saw other classmates of his be very successful at the high school level, and their classmates of his at the college level now.
Thank you so much, Dr. Luciano. I
Sure.
really do appreciate this.
Yeah, it's easy for me because I believe it. I lived it.
Exactly.
I earn my living every day evaluating good teaching. And Karen Barr is one of them that you could see had a heart for helping those children. Right. You can't fake that. You can't turn it on and off.
Right.
And Morning Star School is filled with people like that.
Yeah. It was really neat that even when I went to Christ the King, there were a number of kids that I'm still friends with now.
Right.
That went to Morning Star, and I never saw any difference.
Right. They learn differently.
That's it.
And I tell people all the time, I didn't have my own child in the school that I'm principal at because my staff couldn't meet his needs. They don't have that training. But thank God that Morning Star is there, because that you have these teachers with special skills, with tremendous patience. You know, my wife and I we're pretty good teachers, but not when it came to our child.
Right.
We needed someone who had a different set of tricks in their bag.
That's so
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
Understood. Perfect. Thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Yeah, I hope you can use some of that, Chris.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I can remember I worked at Pinedale when I was with Duval County. Yeah, you want to shut that off?
Yeah.